Good morning, everyone. My name is Teacher George. It's a great pleasure to be with you today in our first English class. I'm very excited to start, and I hope that all of you are at the same time. So in order to start, I'm going to take assistance, okay? Monica Alvarez. Good morning, Monica. How are you? Great, excellent. Santiago Barros. Santiago? Oh, there you are. I'm fine, thanks. How are you? I'm glad to hear. Roberto Cáceres. Good morning, Roberto. How are you? Fantastic. Maria Fonseca. Maria? There you are, Maria. Justin Preciado. Good morning. I'm excellent, thanks. And Sofia Ramirez. Good morning, Sofia. I'm doing very well. Thank you very much. Okay, so I have 6 students to work today. I can work with today, so I'm gonna get started. All right, so I'm going to start by introducing myself, okay? I am Teacher George or Teacher Jorge Espinoza. All right, but you can call me Teacher George if you like. Okay, can somebody help me with today's date? Okay, today is Monday, July 19, 2021. Thank you. Okay, so the topic for today is feelings and emotions, okay? Today, we're going to learn a lot about this topic regarding feelings and emotions. So I'm going to introduce you the adjectives for this class, okay? So during this lesson, you guys are going to be able to learn, as far as speaking goes, use adjectives with prefixes to express feelings and moods, okay? As far as reading goes, you're going to learn to identify meaning on the vocabulary words within a text. And as far as writing goes, you're going to learn to describe someone else's feelings and emotions. Okay? All right, so let's get started. So I'm going to send you a link to access on a platform called Jamboard. Okay? So I want you to access that link, please. Yes, on Jamboard. Yes, I already sent it to you. Open it. Okay, is everybody on Jamboard now? Okay, I'm waiting for you, Monica. All right, Monica's there. All right, so what we're gonna do as our first anticipatory set, or first activity, or warm-up activity, we are going to describe this picture. I'm going to show you some famous people, and you're going to tell me who they are, and you're also going to tell me some aspects of how do you think they are, okay? I'm going to enable you the sticky notes so you can write. Okay, so I'm going to start with the first one, okay? So let's start with Monica. Monica, you're the first. Okay, so who is she? Paulina Rubio, correct. Okay. Another aspect about Paulina Rubio, please. She's Mexican, thank you. Okay, next, Santiago. Describe me an aspect of Paulina, please. She's a singer. All right. Any other idea about Paulina? Maybe Justin? Okay, she's brave. Okay, she's brave. And one last aspect about Paulina, maybe Sophia? She's faithful. Okay, all right. Perfect, good job, guys. Now let's go with the next famous person. Okay, here. All right, who is she? Maria. She's Shakira. Okay, describe me some aspects about Shakira, please. Shakira is capable. Okay, what else? She is self-confident. Okay, another aspect. Maybe Justin. Shakira is loyal. Correct. And one last aspect, maybe Santiago. She is courageous. Shakira is courageous. Okay. Good job, guys. You guys are doing a great job so far. Okay, let's go with the third image. Let's go with Justin. You start. Who is he? He is Leonardo DiCaprio. Correct. Okay. Okay, Santiago. An aspect about Leo DiCaprio. He's brave. Correct. Roberto. Another aspect about Leo. He's serious. That's right. You don't see Leo DiCaprio smiling that much, right? That's something very obvious. Okay, another aspect. Sophia, he's generous. Okay. And one last aspect, Monica, please, about Leo DiCaprio. We already said that he's brave. We already said that he's serious. We already said that he's generous. Perfect. He's respectful. Right? He's respectful. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's go with the last image. No, actually, we have two more. All right. Let's go with this one. Who is he? Let's see. Sofia. Lionel Messi. Perfect. Okay, describe me some aspects of Messi's personality, please. Anybody? He's brilliant. Another aspect? Charming, perfect. Thank you, Roberto. What's the meaning of charming? Charming means that he's very lovable, cute. You know, it really draws, it brings like some kind of feelings out of you. That's what charming means, okay? All right, Justin, continue, please. Something about Leo Messi. He's capable. And one last one, Maria. He's successful. Perfect. Okay, let's go with the last one. Okay, let's go with the last one. Maria, you start this time. Maria Fonseca, you start this time. Who is he? Daniel Radcliffe. Correct. He's Daniel Radcliffe, okay? Describe me some aspects about Daniel, please. Maria. He's kind. What else? Adventurous. He's adventurous. What else? Justin. He's wise. And Santiago, one last aspect about Daniel. He's honest. Perfect. Okay, so basically what we did here is we are describing people's personality traits, right? We are thinking that, you know, they have these qualities, or maybe the personality is this way, and, you know, they are honest, adventurous, courageous, brave. So we were describing their feelings and their emotions, right? That's our first activity to introduce today's class, okay? All right, already, perfect. Oh, you liked it? Oh, I'm glad you guys like it. Perfect. All right, let's continue to the next activity. Okay, I want you to pay attention to this chart, please. Okay. In this chart, I'm going to present you prefixes for negative adjectives. Okay, so first I'm going to explain you what's a prefix. Prefix, it's a group of words. It's a group of letters that can describe or can no, it's a group of letters that can change an adjective meaning. Okay, it transforms the adjective meaning, right? So for example, here we have a prefix and here we have the adjective. So for example, the adjective that we have here is kind, and we have the prefix at the beginning, right? So what the prefix does is it transforms the adjective. It gives it a complete different meaning, the opposite meaning in this particular case. So that's what prefixes do. They change, they are a group of letters that can change a word into a complete different meaning, okay? For example, we have kind. When we place kind, first I'm going to present you the adjectives that we're going to be studying today. We have the adjective, the prefix an, in, im, il, and ear. Please repeat after me. On, in, im, il, ear. Perfect. Okay. All right. So we have the prefix. The prefixes always go at the beginning. Okay. Always at the beginning. And what they do is they transform the adjective into an opposite meaning, or they just change the meaning. Okay. In this particular case, this type of prefixes, they change it into a negative meaning, but they don't necessarily change it into negative. They can change it also into positive. But in this particular scenario, we're going to be studying the ones that can change it into negative. Okay. All right. So for example, the first one, we have the adjective kind. When we place an, unkind, that means the person is no longer kind anymore. We have the word able. When we place on, unable, that means the person is no longer able. We have wise. When we have unwise, that means the person is no longer wise. And healthy, that means the person lost its health. And clean, that means the person is no longer clean. And unfaithful, that means the person is no longer faithful. Okay. So that's with the adjective on. Then we have with the adjective in. Santiago, help me reading the examples for adjective in, please. Incapable, perfect. Inanimate. Insane. Indecent. Indefinite. Inactive, perfect. Okay, so can we see what the adjectives, what the prefixes do? Yeah, they transform the word, right? They completely transform it into a complete different meaning, right? Now, this is something very important that I want you to pay attention to, okay? When the word starts with a P, with an M, an L, or an R, right? The in changes into im, okay? You don't longer use in, you use in. For example, in here, we see the word that starts with a P, right? So we don't put impossible, with impossible, right? So the in becomes im, impossible. Again, patient starts with a P. The in transforms itself into im. Impatient, again, the P. Impolite, impolite. Okay, the same rule with the letter M, L, and R. For example, with the letter M, we have mortal, it starts with an M. So in becomes immortal, immoral, immobile. Okay. Now let's continue with the next section of prefixes. Roberto, help me read in the next section, please. Illegal, illogical, illegible. Perfect. Sophia, the last one. Ir plus adjective, correct. Irregular, irreverent, irreversible. No, you don't say irreversible, you say irreversible. Can you repeat it, Sophia, please? Irreversible, irreversible. Okay, perfect. Good job. Irreversible. Okay. Okay, so this is what prefixes do. So are you guys following me how prefixes work? Yes, exactly. They change the meaning of an adjective and they always go at the beginning, right? Okay. All right. So, okay. So as for our next activity, what I want you to do is I want you to give me more examples. Each one of you are going to provide me with examples, more examples that are not in this list. Okay, that are not in this table. Okay. Let's start with some examples. Okay. Let's start with the first example with on. Let's go with Monica. Okay. I want you to present me some examples with the prefix on that is not in this table. I'm going to, all right. Okay, first you're going to tell me the word and then you're going to tell me how the word turns out into a negative, okay? So you have predictable and it turns into unpredictable. Correct, unpredictable. Okay, next one, Santiago. With unresponsive, perfect. Unresponsive. Okay, now I want you to provide me the meaning. No, I don't just want you to provide me the example, but I also want you to tell me the meaning of the words. I'm going to start by telling you the meaning of these two words. Unpredictable means that anything can happen. A situation can be unpredictable. A person can be unpredictable. The person can do anything, like at any moment. Something can happen at any time. And unresponsive, that means the person is no longer responding, whether through, it could be physical or it could be through a phone call or a text message. The person is no longer responding. Unresponsive. The person is no longer responding, okay? All right, so I want you to, let's go with Roberto. This time you have to tell me the word and the meaning of the word, okay? Okay, no with an. I want you to go with in, please. Okay, injustice, perfect. Okay, what's the meaning of injustice, Roberto? That is not fair, correct. It's not fair, right? It's not right. Perfect. Another word? Invisible. Invisible. What does invisible mean, Roberto? That you cannot see it anymore, right? It could be right in front of you and you don't see it anymore. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to present another sticky note for the next section. Let's go with im. Make sure to pay attention to the rule, okay? This time we're gonna go with im. Let's go with Maria. Improper. Okay, what's the meaning of improper, Maria? That is not right. Perfect, good job. Excellent example. Another example, please. Impermeable. 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 Okay, what does impermeable mean, Maria? That it cannot go through, right? Like if you wear like an impermeable raincoat, you don't get wet, right? Like it doesn't penetrate. That's what impermeable means, okay? All right, let's go with the prefix ill. Justin. Yes, with ill. Illogic. Okay, perfect. Illogic. What's illogic mean? It's no longer logical anymore, right? It's not logical anymore, right? It's illogic. And Sophia, with the prefix ear, please. Perfect. Irreplaceable, right? Irreplaceable. 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 Irreplaceable, okay? So what's irreplaceable means? That is unique. Exactly. It's unique. It's one of its kind, right? Perfect. So how are you guys liking this activity? Are you guys liking working with the prefixes? Perfect. Okay. All right. So now it's time for the next activity. Okay. We're going to go to the next page, page number 7 in your Jamboard. Okay. And here we have personality traits. Okay. So here we have zodiacal signs. We have Libra, Leo, Virgo, Pisces. Okay. At the bottom, we have a word bank. We have a list of 15 words that you guys have to place the words describing to the personality traits of each sign. Okay. And the strategy for this activity is that you have to pay attention to the prefixes, you know, because there's some prefixes that start with im, with in, with ear, with on. Okay. And like I said, and when these prefixes means that they are not, they are like the opposite of the word. Okay. I'm going to start by sharing my zodiacal sign. Okay. My zodiacal sign is I'm a Cancer. Okay. And an aspect about cancers that as this the zodiacal sign of cancers is that, for example, we're very sensible and we're sociable. Okay, we're very sociable persons. We are people. We are very sensitive as well. Okay. Okay, so I want you to, I'm going to ask Santiago, can you give me an example? Can you tell me, can you share me your zodiacal sign? What are you? What's your zodiacal sign? Okay, you're a Leo. And what's a typical personality trait about Leos? That you're very proud. Okay, all right, another person, Capricorn. I mean, somebody that is Capricorn here? Justin, you're Capricorn? No, Sophia. Sophia's Capricorn. Okay, Sophia, can you tell me an aspect about Capricorns? That you are resentful. Ooh, you guys hold grudges. Okay. All right. So do you see you are describing personality traits about that zodiacal sign, right? So what we're gonna do is we're going to complete this chart, this table, by placing each word into the chart, and we're gonna do it as a group. Okay. We are going to complete this activity as a group. All right. All right, so get ready to start. Okay. All right, so I'm going to use a sticky note. Okay, let's go with Libra. They say, it says they use common sense. What could it be? They use common sense. That means they are analytical. Perfect. They are proud and expect admiration. They are proud and expect admiration. That means that they are, what could be the word? Vain, right? Okay. It says they love to find out people's private. What could it be? Curious. Perfect. And they hate to lose. They don't like to lose. Competitive. Competitive. Perfect. Okay. All right. Okay, let's go with the next sign. Leo. Okay, I'm going to enable the. Okay, so Leo. Oh, sorry, we just did the ones for Leo. No. Actually, no, we're right. We're right. No, now we're going to go with Leo. Okay, so it starts. They eagerly want wealth and fame. Okay. What could it be? Ambitious. They are ambitious. Perfect. They never know what they are going to do. What could it be? Here we use one of the prefixes. Unpredictable. Do you see? That's exactly what I was telling you. They are unpredictable. Okay. All right. Since we have a lot to complete in this chart, I'm just gonna go with a random example. Okay, let's go with Pisces. Okay, they become easily angry, or they become angry or easily upset. What could it be? That they are impatient. They are impatient. Okay, so as you could see, that's what prefixes do. Okay, we got some really nice practice by looking at the prefixes. Okay, so now what we as our next activity, I'm going to create groups of work of. I'm going to create. Let me see. We are 6 students, 3 groups. Monica with Santiago, okay, Robert with Maria, and Justin and Sophia. Okay, and what you guys are going to do is we're going to do a writing exercise where you're going to use the prefix. You're going to write me 10 sentences, okay, using the vocabulary that we just learned, using the prefixes to make sentences. Okay, we're going to do this in pairs. So I'm going to make 3 groups. Okay, group number 1, Monica and Santiago. Group number 2, Robert and Maria. And group number 3, Justin and Sophia. Okay, and I'm going to be going one by one, group by checking that you guys are working in the group. Okay, once we're finished, you guys are going to be exposing your sentences with the rest of the class. Okay, all right, so let's join your groups. Okay, join your groups, please. Okay. Yes. Okay, so you join your groups now. Okay. All right. Okay, let's go with the group number 1. Monica and Santiago, how are you guys? You guys know what to do, right? Okay, yes. So you have to use the sentences. You have to write me 10 sentences using prefixes. And try to use the prefixes that we use with in, with il, with ear, okay? And with an. So you guys know how to do? All right. Perfect. Okay, awesome. So I'm gonna go with the group number 2. Okay, I'm gonna go with the group number 2, okay? Group number 2, we have Robert and Maria. Robert and Maria. Do you guys know what to do in this activity? Yes, you have to write 10 sentences using the vocabulary of the prefixes that we learned, with an, with in, with im, with ear, with il. 10 sentences. Okay, let's get started. Okay, I'm gonna go with group number 3. We have Justin and Sophia. Justin and Sophia, how are you guys doing? You guys have 4 sentences already. Perfect. Make sure you try to use all the prefixes, okay? With in, with ear, with im, with il, and with ear. Okay? All right, you guys have 1 minute left before I finish this activity. And you guys are gonna be exposing your sentences to the rest of the class. Okay? You have to describe a person intense. You have to choose a famous person. Okay? And you have to choose a famous person, and you have to describe the person in 10 sentences. Or you just have to, you can describe the person in 10 sentences, or you can just write 10 sentences. But the point is that you have to use the prefixes that we learned, the vocabulary that we learned, okay? Okay. All right, guys, time is over. Time to expose your work to the rest of the class. Okay, so you guys were supposed to write 10 sentences using the vocabulary or the prefixes. You could have used, you could have choose a famous person and describe about the person. Okay, all right, so let's go with the first one. Okay, I'm gonna enable the sticky notes. Okay, group number one, Monica and Santiago. Share your sentences, please. Who is the famous person that you chose? Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay. Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay. All right. Okay, what are the sentences that you guys wrote about Cristiano? Okay, the traffic police gave Cristiano Ronaldo what? A ticket. Gave Cristiano Ronaldo a ticket for illegal parking. Perfect. For illegal parking. Good job. Perfect. That was a great example. All right. Okay, let's go with the next person. Okay, let's go with the next group actually. We have Robert and Maria. Okay, who is the person that you guys chose? Sandra Bullock. Okay, what's your sentence about Sandra Bullock? Sandra Bullock handwriting. Sandra Bullock handwriting is what? Was nearly legible. Perfect. Good job. Sandra Bullock's handwriting was nearly illegible. Perfect. Excellent, guys. That's an amazing, amazing job that you guys are doing there. I'm very proud. Okay. I'm very proud. And let's go with the last group. Expose your sentence, please, about a famous person that you were supposed to describe. Justin and Sophia, group number 3. Okay, Richard Carapaz. Okay, Richard Carapaz, what? Said the evidence, what? Was irrelevant. Richard Carapaz said the evidence was irrelevant, and we are using the prefix "ir." Perfect. Good job. Excellent. I'm very proud of you guys. Good job. Okay. All right. So now we are going to now I'm going to make a quick review about what we learned about today's class. Okay. So in today's class, we learned about the use of prefixes, right? And prefixes are letters that go at the beginning of a word and can change the meaning of the word in a completely different sense, right? We have on, in, im, il, ir, and we saw how they work, right? I asked the group to create sentences, right? Using these prefixes, okay? Can you read me one of your sentences? Group number 1, Monica and Santiago, besides the ones that you guys did. It's impossible to hear you. Perfect. Group number 2, Robert and Maria. Another example of a sentence that you guys did. I was getting impatient with all the delays. Impatient, perfect. And the last one, group number 3, Justin and Sophia. We didn't pay full price for the fruit bowl as the finish was imperfect. Perfect, excellent. You guys did a great job. Okay, all right. So as independent practice, okay, as an independent practice, I'm going to send you homework so you guys can do at home, okay? And the homework that you guys are going to be doing at home is you guys are going to be completing a quiz, okay? You guys are going to be completing a quiz. So that you can practice about today's class, okay? In this quiz, for example, I'm going to give you, you're going to have some sentences and you're going to have some options that you can choose from. For example, it says, Lucy is happy because, and then you have to choose the number of the option that you consider it is the correct answer, okay? So you have 8 sentences that you have to choose the best answer to complete each sentence, okay? All right, already? Does anybody have any question, anything that was not clear? Something that you didn't understand? Nothing? Perfect, okay. Well, it's been a pleasure. I'm glad that you guys liked today's class. I look forward to see you in our next classes, okay? Have you guys, have yourselves a great evening, and I will see you guys in the next class. All right, bye for now.